This will be a quick overview dealing with planning for your career. It's in chapter 11 in the orientation textbook. And so I'm just going to go over a few critical points, and then I'm going to ask that you will read chapter 11, and the assignments will be posted at the end of the video. So, of course, as a college student, one of the things you think about is your career. What do I want to do? You know, and choosing a career path and thinking about this can be kind of like a maze at times. And so what you want to do is begin to develop some strategies now, so that you're able to have a clearer picture about what you want to do with your life and what you want to do in your career. So let's go over some key things, and then feel free to email me or call me to ask questions. So, or you can ask in class. So let's go over some key things. First thing is, do you have a resume? And we want to ask what a resume is. A resume is just a summary of your qualifications. And I'll show you a sample in a minute. But a resume just highlights your achievements. You want to make sure that on your resume you don't have any typos. You want to be able to just kind of play up your skill set, whatever you're good at. You want to play that up on your resume, not fudge it or make up false information, but you want to be able to play to your strengths, and that's what the resume allows you to do. There's a list on page 276 of action words that you can use in a resume to kind of make the job descriptions jump off the page at the person that's reading it. And you also want to determine what type of resume you need. Do you need a one-page resume? Is there a page limit? Or is the potential employer asking for a CV style resume, which is a curriculum vitae, which is a multiple page document summarizing all of your work achievements, your publications, and things of that nature. So that's the first question to ask, is do you have a resume? That's where you want to start. So this is a resume sample. You can see that here at the top you have your contact information. You can have a home address and a college address listed. There are two addresses here. You want to make sure that your contact information includes email and only a professional email address. You also have listed here your objective. What is it that you hope to do by gaining employment with this particular place that you're trying to work? Your education is listed. Once you finish college or high school education, you shouldn't list that on your resume. Down here is your experience. You can write it in chronological order, or you can write it in order of importance. It just depends on the style of resume that you're trying to create. And then the last thing you want to list is honors and activities. Your references you can list, or you can put references available upon request, and that way the employer can ask you for references. You also want to develop your network. Places like LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network. It's not Facebook. It's not like the other social media sites. It's strictly geared toward professional people and people who are seeking employment. And so this is a great outlet for a student, even as a freshman, to go ahead and begin to develop your network and set your LinkedIn account up so that people will know who you are. They'll know a little bit about you. You can post pictures, professional looking pictures only. This is not Facebook, so you want to maintain professionalism at all times. All right, so in order to develop your network, we have career fairs on campus all the time, and so you want to attend these career fairs and make your contacts and collect people's business cards, and don't just take the card and not use it. Follow that encounter up with an email within the next couple of days, just to let the person know that you remember them, you appreciate their time, and to let them know that, hey, don't forget about me. Don't burn bridges with people. As a college student, you think a lot of times that some of the things that you do, even here on this campus, don't matter. They matter. The people you meet, the way you treat them, the way you interact with people, the way you interact with potential employers, it matters. And so you don't want to burn bridges with people, and you don't want to create an image of yourself that's not conducive to you finding a job. You want to, again, develop your social media network and join organizations on campus that are connected to your career choices. If you're an engineer, you might want to join NSBE. If you're a biology major, you might want to join MAPS or the biology club. Or if you're an architecture major, you might want to find a professional organization that represents your discipline. One thing to always know is that it's good to know people who know people. So develop your network and develop those contacts that you can reach out to for summer internships, especially if you go on a co-op or an internship. Make those people know who you are, so that when it's time for you to move up, if it's time for them to hire you, they already have a good impression of you, and they already are aware of your skill set. What you want to do here, and this is just a word of caution, is to separate your personal and your professional accounts. All right, if you want, don't get me wrong, everybody has a right to their own personal opinions. Everybody has a right to express themselves, and everybody's not going to agree with your views. And so what you want to do is you want to have separate personal social media accounts as well as professional social media accounts. We live in a world of information, and we're constantly being watched, and employers are looking at Facebook pages, they're looking at Twitter accounts, they're looking at Instagram. And so what you want to make sure you do is, in order to maintain some level of privacy in your personal life, which is kind of becoming a thing of the past, you want to separate your accounts. If it means spelling your name backwards on your Facebook account so people can't look you up, or if it means using a different profile picture, whatever it takes, separate your personal and your professional accounts, because again, people are watching, and what you want to project is the image of professionalism. Now that's not me telling you to go and do wild stuff and cover it up. No, what I'm saying is you want to maintain your professionalism at all times. And again, you need to know your strengths. In the textbook on page 246 through 248, it talks about workforce competencies. One thing is, are you good with resources? Are you a person who can identify and organize resources? Are you good with interpersonal skills? Do you work well with others? Are you good with information? Can you take in information and then figure out a way to put that information to use? Are you a systems person? Do you understand how things relate to one another, and you understand how to make that relationship seamless? So you need to know your strengths. And the thing about being a college student and being in college is that this is the place to develop your strengths. If you are not an interpersonal person, you can develop interpersonal skills by taking courses like public speaking, taking courses where you have to do group projects, social work courses, and things like that. One thing you learn as a college student is how to organize information. So you become an information person by becoming a person who's organized and who takes their classes and their coursework seriously enough to be organized and put things together in a rational manner. You can also become a resource person by working in areas that deal with resources. Maybe you're a work study student in a financial aid office. Maybe you have a work study job in Kresge or things of that nature. And also being a systems person. This is something that you can become. You can, start to understand how things relate to one another. You can think critically about the world around you so that you can see the connections between different things that are happening. And so you need to know your strengths. And if you look over page 246 and 248, it talks about the workplace competencies and the things that are indicative of being a resource person or of being interpersonal, and so on and so forth. So make sure you look at that in chapter 11. So now I want to talk a bit about using the placement office, and let's go to the placement office website. One great resource that you have on campus is the Career Placement Center. So if you go to the Tuskegee website and click on quick links, you go down to here where it says Career Development and Placement, and there you're able to see all the different resources that are available to you right here on campus. So on the Career Development and Placement page, you can see there are a wealth of resources here. There's the career guide over here. I think this is a PDF document. They have a link for nursing jobs for students. They also have other links depending on what your career path is. So here you see student support. They have a mentoring program, counseling center, and then academic advising. And then over here, if you look up top where it says about career Development and Placement Services. Click this link and it'll take you to a page that talks about the primary goal and mission of the Career Development and Placement Service. One of the main things is to facilitate the professional and personal aspirations of students for internships, co-ops, jobs, and admission to graduate and professional school. So it's not just limited to the job search. So if we go back, also you see here the Black Collegian. The Black Collegian is an online career and job site for African American college students. And so if you look down here at some of the featured content, this is really interesting and it may help you. So things you need to know about the job search process. So that'd be a great article for you to read. Here, student success in the job market. If you scroll down, again, multiple articles that you can look at here on the Black Collegian. So let's go back here. Also, if you look here, there are different links to different websites. This one is of particular interest to me, and this will pertain to STEM majors. So you can see here this website is associated with American Association for the Advancement of Science. And so if you're a science major or you want a career in science, this is a great place to check out. Again, on this page there are a lot of different links here, different under career resources, GRE test prep for those who aspire to go to graduate school, list of scholarships for African American students, how to clean up your social profiles, things of that nature. So this is a great resource. This box has the phone numbers and the location for the Career Center, and the Career Center will help you in developing your resume. They can help you in developing interview skills and things of that nature. So this link is something that should be bookmarked on your laptop, on your device, because you need to know that you have these resources available to you. So here are your assignments. Obviously I want you to read chapter 11. There's an assignment on page 250 and 251 that I want you to complete and upload to Blackboard, I will put a link in Blackboard for you to upload it. Read page 280 through 284, which talks about resume prep. Bring on Monday a mock resume to class for extra credit. And also, if you sign up for a LinkedIn account and send me the link, I'll also count that for extra credit. Now what I want you to do, the last assignment for the semester is going to be this mock interview session. And so what I want you to do is go ahead and be thinking about who you want to work in your group, and I'm going to send you a list of questions, and we need people to serve as the manager or the person conducting the interview, and we also need people to serve as the interviewee. So December 1st is going to be our Dress for Success Day. That's going to be the day that we all come dressed for business, and we're going to conduct these mock interviews, and they will be graded. It's a graded assignment. So if you have any questions, email me or come by my office, or you can give me a call. All right, thanks.